in 5.
You and your sister,
taking me so funny here. I'm trying to be serious.
I should keep this in the free roll. Okay, for real. In 5, 4, 3. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the As Told by Indi podcast, where these are life lessons learned by me. I'm your host, Indi, and today is a very special day because I got my people with me. I have the host of the Step Into the Light, Step Up to the Mic podcast. I've got M. Dot and Smoov. Y'all say what's up?
What's good?
Yeah.
Going on, people.
I say I got my people with me because the songwriter Webby said it best. But y'all tell the folks about you and we'll get started.
Go ahead, Dot. You got it.
All right, so I'm M. Dot. I'm the co-host of Step Into the Light, Step to the Mic podcast. Me and Smoov have been doing it for since September, right? September?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've known each other for about probably almost 10, over 12 years, right? Almost probably like 15.
I think probably.
Yeah,
about 15.
Yeah, so we've been friends for the longest time. He's not even my friend anymore. He's my brother from another. You know, we love each other. It's all love, and we're there for each other, one another. And he came up with the idea for the podcast. He recruited me in there, and it's been going well ever since. And it's just about different things that we talk about in the Black community, promoting different businesses, businesses with people of color, and trying to get the word out, and also talking about different type of topics, whether it's trying to make money, whether it's entrepreneurship, business, whatever it may be. We definitely try to talk about it and get the eyes rolling on that one. So this is M. Dot saying that, and then pass it over to Smoov.
Yeah, you're there. What it do, people? It's your boy Smoov Da Blaq Kennedy. Yes, Step Into the Light, Step Into the Mic podcast. We have been rolling since September, and we've been pumping out content after content after content. It has slowed down though, because the boy is back in school. And when I say I'm in school, golly, boy, I'm in there.
in school.
In school for real. So, but y'all, check us out one day. Whenever you got some free time, you want some free game. We have India featured on at least one or two of them?
Yeah,
nah, 2 of them.
Such a good time.
2 episodes.
Yeah. We putting out some heat. Check us out. Yeah, that's it.
We on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Anchor. So definitely check us out. A lot of the episodes we have, we got a lot of stuff on Black history. We got India on there. We got cousin Chris. He drops gems.
I'm about to say we got a couple of people on there that's handling
a lot of
their own businesses. Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely. And the content is fire. I will put all the information in the description box below and in the show notes. And speaking of description box and all that good stuff, a little upgrade to the As Told by Indi podcast. We are going not live, but faces and all that good stuff. So the first couple episodes, they were audio only, but now you can check out my YouTube channel as well as podcast platforms. So all information will be in the link below. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and rate their podcast as well. Rate their podcast. It's already a favorite of mine, so I am definitely hoping it becomes a favorite of yours. All right, guys. So we all love music, and I always say that I think music connects us. So I'm gonna throw a fun little first topic in there for us, just a little icebreaker, even though we already know each other very well. Versus came on this past week. I don't know why they decided to do a Valentine's Day special on February 15th, but that's neither here nor there. Musiq Soulchild and Anthony Hamilton did a versus. Okay. Did y'all watch for A? And for B, who got it in y'all opinion? Who won, or who did you enjoy more?
So I didn't watch it. I didn't see it. But for me, being a fan, I mean, that is hard, man. Because I grew up with both artists, listening to both of them. But if I had to pick me personally, I'm going with Musiq Soulchild.
I knew he was friends for a reason.
I'm going with Musiq Soulchild, man.
Yeah. Music did that. I tapped in. Maybe I think I caught it in the middle. Because he came on doing what song was it? I think he was performing Buddy.
Yeah, that was like,
and I was like, oh, all right, yeah, I joined at the right time. All right, my man.
Right.
But and then Ant came on. I'm like, well, damn. Yeah, I mean, he doing his thing too. So I mean, but music still is that dude. Like if you didn't grow up listening to Music Soul Child and you don't know at least 5 songs by heart, I don't know what you did for R&B around that time. I really don't. I just don't know. But he's that dude though. It was fun. It was fun.
We're all team music over here, basically. Well,
Yeah.
here's the thing. So couple of things. I have a little like notes about this. First of all, Anthony Hamilton is the male Mary J. Blige. And I'm gonna tell you why. All that songs, I said he's giving me uncle vibes. I love it. Like, this is all said in love, right? Like I loved it, but to me, he's the uncle Mary J. Blige. What was the other thing I was gonna say? Oh yes, I like Music Soul Child's entire discography. I knew every single word. I was in my living room like, yes. My dad was trying to play bass, and I was like, Dad, please let him sing this song today.
Yeah.
But no, I love.
That was cool though.
But I will say, like, for me personally, like, I'm with y'all. Music Soul Child a little bit more for me, because when I was a kid and I was learning how to sing, it was literally Music Soul Child, Earth, Wind, and Fire, the lead of Earth, Wind, and Fire, may he rest in peace. And then it was Sade. So, like, for me, like, music is a pinnacle for me. And also, like, me now, I literally used to reflect my voice to try to sound like him, which is why I'm like an alto tenor now. And so for him, I'm singing every single word. I'm trying to repeat all the runs he's doing, even when he was extra with all the runs, and I was so here for it. But Anthony Hamilton, like, he brought out a lot of good features. I thought the features were really good. And I did not know he wrote say what, that Donnell. I didn't know he wrote Donnell Jones.
Yeah, I didn't know he wrote that.
I did not know. So he brought him out.
Wow.
I was like, oh, because with verses,
wow,
you can bring out anything you've personally written, produced, or like actually done as an artist or whatever. So I was like, you wrote say what? Like, I didn't know that. Donnell Jones, he still looks really, really good. Even in the leather pants. I'm not understanding leather pants.
That's one of Joe's favorite people right there, Donnell Jones.
Yeah.
You know, that was my song, yo. Where I Wanna Be. Yo, I used to sing that shit every day.
Did you?
Every day on the bus. That's my shit.
On the bus? Oh, I love it.
Loud as hell on the phone playing that song. I'm like, bro, you listen to that song every day?
Oh, I love it. But then even too, when music brought out Lucky Day.
Yo, yeah, that was fire.
Okay, do you know Lucky Day? Are you familiar?
No, I do not. Let
me put you on game real fast.
Okay.
Lucky Day is bae. But no, let me tell you what, on a serious thing. He's a great musical artist. I'm not gonna say he's up and coming, because I think he's getting his flowers, but he's really in that new generation of like R&B neo soul. And he sampled Never Thought That We Would Ever Be More Than Friends. Like he remixed it and sampled it on his single called Over. And it's fire. So he brought him out and he's singing the song. I was so happy. So Lucky Day was really, really good too.
Yeah, I'm about to sing you a song right now. I'm not,
really
wrote some more. Start off with that one.
Okay, do it. Because I fell in love with him at an LMA concert that me and my best friend went to like years ago. This is like 2018, I want to say it was. And I was like, who is that guy? And I've been following him ever since. So he's super great. Check him out. But yeah, the verses I thought was really, really good. And I thought it was a good celebration, just of R&B. And I think that's why I like verses. Like, even though it's become this production, and that's a whole nother conversation. I really like that we can just enjoy music that has really come up like in our childhood, in our community, in our lives, because every single song I can remember when I was 8 years old in my dad's green Ford Expedition singing my part. Like, so that's why
I heard about the Expedition.
Oh, that expo. Oh, Lord Jesus. We went to Mexico so many a time. It was fun. That was when I don't know if the borders were less they were less controlled or powered, but we used to live in San Diego and we would go to Mexico every weekend, just eat tacos and come back. Or we would just drive around.
Wow.
So many.
It's that's crazy. It's just right there. So
right there. You just show your ID and then go on about your business. So I love it. But yeah, that was fun, y'all. That was fun. And I better see you this summer because we going to the Roots picnic and Music Soul Child's gonna be there. So we better see you and your lovely wife.
Crazy. We was just talking about. Me and Smoov was just on the phone talking about that yesterday.
How you go?
I'm thinking about it because he was telling me the tickets was like $125 a pop, which is not that much, which is not that bad for
I had my pre-sale
that concert and and that many headliners. So I think I'm definitely gonna try to look into that. But that's dope.
Y'all better come. Y'all better come.
You know, me and the wife, we ain't been
I'm
at
about to
concert
make
in
sure
a
somebody
long
can
time.
watch the baby because I don't think it's a family event, but I don't think the baby should come. Like in that type of huge environment.
No, not with all those crazy people.
Okay.
Yeah, yo, and where's it gonna be? Is it normally in Penn's Landing or
I
It's
thought
at
they
the
do it on the
Man.
bench. It's at Pennsylvania.
It's at the Man this year.
Oh,
at the who?
The Man
The Man. Man, where is that?
in Fairmount or Fairfield Park, something like that.
Fairmount Park.
Fairmount Park. Don't let me get to mine.
why?
Oh. I think I've heard of Fairmount Park.
Y'all probably been to Philly. I ain't never been.
Yeah, that's what I'm like, hold up.
Yeah, it's
Hold
Fairmount
up.
Joe was
Park.
like, Paramount Park. Wait, hold on.
Yeah, let me see here. The Man
I
at
ain't been
Fairmount
going
Park.
that long. The who?
The Man at Fairmount Park. Is that correct?
The Man at Fairmount Park. Okay.
We'll figure it out when we get there. How good it is.
I'm just excited to go
yeah.
because I've always wanted a cheesesteak, and I'm about to be. So wait a minute. When
Yeah,
you're
but you're
in
not.
Philly,
We're gonna.
do you say,
Mhm.
can I have a Philly cheesesteak, or do you say, can I have a cheesesteak?
Let me get a cheesesteak.
Philly
Okay.
cheesesteak. You don't say Philly cheesesteak because
You
you're
know
Philly.
what I mean?
Yeah. They're gonna be like, oh yeah, she ain't from around here.
Yeah, she ain't from here. She green. Yo, she green, y'all.
Yeah.
She green.
I was gonna say, you
And
know
don't
what?
get cheese whiz on your cheesesteak
Yeah,
either.
ew, disgusting.
Yeah, don't
What
get
is
cheese whiz. Cheese
Cheese
whiz. If
whiz.
they suggest cheese whiz, don't get that. Get regular.
Y'all know I'm green,
Yeah.
and people tell me I'm green, which I still don't know the definition of, but I'm gonna claim it. I'm green. I never been before.
No, she's not green, everybody. Hey, try.
Yeah. And bad things gonna happen to y'all if y'all do.
Try it.
I
I'll put that out there.
I'm so excited. And actually this will be the first time that we meet in person. Because again, like me and Miss Smoov know each other, right? But we really know each other through the internet and through the fact that we all have relationships through relationships. So I think that'll be such a good time. I'll definitely have to vlog some footage there and put it on the channel as well. So I'm so excited.
Right.
I'm definitely praying that you and Mikey can come because I'm so excited.
Yeah, no. We definitely want to come to that because we were just talking about it earlier. That'd be dope.
Yeah.
If you're a podcast lover like I am, then you've probably thought about starting your own. I'll tell you that starting a podcast has been one of the greatest things I've ever done. And the best part is, I didn't have to know the ins and outs to becoming a podcaster to start one. That's where Buzzsprout comes in. Buzzsprout is the easiest and best way to start a podcast, hands down. In fact, it's so good, they've already helped over 100,000 people launch their own podcast. Buzzsprout will get your podcast into every major podcasting platform like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and more. You will also get a great-looking podcast website, audio players you can drop into other websites, detailed analytics, and more. Plus, Buzzsprout posts new blog posts, podcast episodes, and new YouTube videos every week so you can learn the ins and outs of podcasting from the people that eat, drink, and breathe it. To start your own podcast and get a $20 Amazon gift card, click the link in the show notes to let them know I sent you. Buzzsprout, the easiest way to start a podcast. And now, back to the show.
Okay, y'all. So with that being said, let's get into the main topic for today's conversation. Ooh! Okay. All right.
Got a lot to say about this one.
Okay, look, and the thing about it is, I was like, oh my God, what do you mean the guy's gonna talk about? Then I was like, anything. But then this came up and I was like, oh, we good. All right, so the Tinder Swindler documentary on Netflix. So spoiler alert, even though Netflix it's been out, whatever. So if you haven't seen it, hopefully this will inspire you to see it. So to give you y'all a net, I guess, synopsis of the movie, right? Or the documentary, it's about this guy who basically has an incredible Ponzi scheme. So he swoons these girls, or these women, excuse me, on like first dates and second dates. And he makes them fall in love with him. And then he starts asking them for these ridiculous amounts of money. But wait for it, there's more. He's asking for money from girl A so he can take out girl B on a date. And not even on a date. I mean like trips, getting flew out to Greece, to Spain, to wherever in Europe, Eastern, Western, Northern, or Southern Europe is concerned, right? So that's the net of it. But I want to dive into a couple of things because I thought it was so interesting on so many levels, like psychologically, and then like sociologically because of the world we live in today. So before we get into that, what did you think about the documentary? Em, I'm gonna let you go first because you just lit. Go ahead.
So I think the documentary, I think it just shows like, I'm not gonna say, I don't want to sound ignorant, but like how like easy it is to manipulate certain women to the point where they're gonna take out a $40,000 loan to give to you to be able to finance your excursions with all these other women. And the way he did it was just so masterful, because like he was saying, Simon, baby, I love you so much. We're going to be together. And, and then like he would get upset. He'd be like, I need the money. Send me the money. The people they're coming after me. My enemies, they're going to get me. Please send me the money. And the women would like not question none of it and just send him hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like to the point where I was watching it and I'm like, I don't know if I should be rooting for this guy or trying to be rooting for the women on one side.
Not rooting for the guy, not rooting for the antagonist.
Nah, because he was so smooth with it. Like I was just watching him at work, just my mouth dropped because it was so easy for him. Like, and the women didn't bat an eye. They didn't question if the photo looked doctored. He was supposed to be the prince of a person, of the king of diamonds. They didn't question. They didn't do anything. They just believed every word.
Listen,
bro. Smoov, I'm telling you, bro.
Listen.
Yo,
so did you?
And they weren't
any of it, or like, do you kind of know about it, or are you kind of like privy based on like?
Yeah, I was. So this morning I woke up early. And I was getting ready to watch it.
Okay, that's fine. Okay.
But I talked to my girl. So yeah, okay. But we were talking about it.
Okay, you're fine. Bro. So I'm trying to gauge like how much you know about it. So like, okay, so and then
I'm not gonna spoil it too much.
Okay, no, you're fine.
But to the point where like, and these women weren't stupid women. They were actually educated, smart women. They weren't dumb. They weren't like poor women. None of them were. It was just like he just came up with this elaborate rules to get multiple women, different locations, saying, I'm gonna get apartments with you, blah blah blah. And then it's like these women are hitting him back, and then he's like, oh, well, I sent the money, blah, blah, blah. And then it's like, no, he didn't send the money. Like, I think Netflix is trying to promote the year of the scammer or something, because it's this and it's the reinventing Anna. Have you seen that one?
I haven't seen that just yet. I have my top 10 list to watch or whatever, like my little watch next.
You should watch that, but I'm not gonna tie into too much because I don't want to spoil it for Smoov. But go ahead.
No, you're good. Smoov, what you think?
Nah, it's a documentary. Like, it's information I can find out. I'm just Googling. I want to know. Spoil it for me.
So this leads me to the first question, because you said a couple things that I thought were very interesting. You said that you didn't know how easy it could be to manipulate somebody, right? However, I want to posit this for you, right? They were doing this because they loved him, right? And this is the thing too. First girl was in a relationship with him. Second girl was just friends with him, right? So again, right? Love is multidimensional, right? There's like 6, 7 types of love, right? So how far does your trust go when you say you love someone?
I mean, to these women, I think it goes to taking out hundreds of thousands of dollars, because at the end of the day, you can't. How do you meet someone for a month, 2 months, and then out of nowhere they say, "Okay, babe, I need this money. Can you take out $25,000?" And like, no red flags, no question. Just I'm gonna do it.
None.
Like,
go ahead.
And I think when you say about love, I think their love was so deep for them, deep for that man, that they never questioned. They were blinded by the love to the point where
love is blind. Yeah,
they didn't question anything. They just did whatever he said.
Is it blind?
Because that's what some say.
And I'm not gonna say blind, but it's love is misguided to a point where the clues can be in your face, but you won't see them. Like it'll come to you after the fact. So if you watch the documentary, you see the woman saying, "Yeah, I know, I should have seen that. I should have paid attention to that a little bit more."
They didn't though. That's the thing. Because first girl was still talking like she loved him, right? I think also we as women, I think that we're very emotional. I'm guilty of that, because when we claim that like we love you, like that love does not leave, right? So even as girl number 1 was telling the story, she still had that hurt and her pain in her heart because she loved him. But I think it's, as far as the manipulation goes, like how do I say this? I don't know how you just don't ask certain questions. However, I also want to, let's take a side little commercial break. Okay. The fact that you can access $30,000 worth of credit.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's only accessible to certain people.
Yep.
Okay. Cause me, right? We're just gonna use me. Say somebody's swindling me. Say I love somebody so much, and he asked me for $30,000. The fact that I would have access to that is huge. That I would have access to $30,000 is huge, right? Like, first of all, we Black out here. So like accessibility is such a big thing. Resources are such a big thing. So I think it's very interesting that Wahite people had the like $30,000, $40,000, $100,000 when we just trying to get a small business loan for $5,000. But that's number one. Number two, so for me, right, I've been in scenarios when somebody that I love has asked me for something, right? Whether it's a resource, money, etc. I still ask, hey, not because I'm being nosy or invasive, but because I'm such a supporter and I'm a direct supporter that I at least want to know like what it's going towards. But this woman blindly was giving him these thousands of dollars of money. And it was only month one. Let's talk about that. It was only month one. Like, let me calm down. Month one, they went on 2 dates, canoodled one time, and she was like, yeah, you can have $30,000. I hope it was that good. For you
I was gonna say, was Buddy getting some, like, were they intimate?
Yeah.
One time before the first money request was asked. They went on a private jet plane the first date. The second time was somewhere in Prague or something like that. They canoodled, whatever, was intimate. Normal dating stuff happens, normal. A month later, he was like, baby, I love you so much. I need $30,000 because my enemies are after me. First of all, second of all, that's $30,000. But she willingly gave that. And that's what I'm saying. Like, when it comes to trusting somebody, how far do you trust them? Go ahead.
And then hold on, Indi, tell them about the part how when she brought the $30,000, she actually smuggled it into the country to give to him.
That's another. He was like,
how do you not question that?
Cash money. And then she asked,
bro.
He literally on WhatsApp, they texted. She was like, I'm worried about the money and why I have to get it out in cash. His response was, it's untraceable.
Why do you not? And then hold on, here's another part, right? I think it was the third girl he was scamming, or the second one. That he went to a plastic surgeon. He was like, hey, I want this, that, and the third done on my face, right?
Yes.
The doctor said, yeah, we can't do that because that sounds like only something a criminal would ask for. Hey, you're still there with the man.
He literally wanted facial reconstructive surgery so that his identity was no longer like known to the feds. Because he was known to the feds. Yes, he was known to the feds. Like, and this is why all my ladies out here. This is why you Google. This is why you Google before you go on that date. This is why you Google before you go on that date, y'all. Listen. Every person I've ever encountered, as if it's a lot, whatever. But like, I haven't encountered a lot of people, right? If you even remotely want to talk to me, I will Google you. Absolutely. I Google you. I almost paid a little $29.95 for a little background check if I want to get serious with you. But yes, this is why you Google people. Like, you research them to no ends, and you try all three internets. Whatever internet they're watching us on or not watching us on, you internet that. You Googled it. Because he literally was trying to Ponzi scheme all these different people. So let me ask y'all this. Does your trust in the relationship differ when it comes to money? So like, prime example, M.Dot, say Smoov asks you for some money. What are your thoughts about A, him asking you for money, and B, the amount?
Okay, so if Smoov asks me and I know him, right?
Y'all are the same relationship you have right now, like same relationship, and he asks you for some money. And
I'm gonna ask him, bro, what you need the money for? If it's a plausible reason,
okay, you ask.
Yeah, if it's a plausible reason, cool, I got you. It's not even a problem. But I'm gonna ask you, like, oh, bro, what do you need that much? If he's asking for $10,000, if it's $10,000 and Smooth's asking for, first I'm be like, bro, like, you good? Like, what's going on? Like, why do you need $10,000? If he says, oh, bro, this, that, and the third's going on, blah, blah, but you know I got you. Cool. I know he got me. Like, if he don't got me, guess where I'm going? I'm going to Virginia to go see who I need to see and go, I'm gonna get that money from them. But I know him though, so it's not gonna be, I'm not gonna lose sleep over it because he's the person I know. But I think if you put into perspective of if I met a woman, like if I wasn't married, if I met a woman in 2 months and she asked me for $10,000, I'm gonna say hell no.
So let me take you to this, right? You and your lovely wife have been together for how long?
We've been together for over almost 10 years total.
Okay, so a decade total, right? Take me back to when y'all first met, right?
Yeah.
You were building a relationship, you're building trust, all the good things that you're supposed to do, right? Was there ever a time where she like asked you for money and you had no tips, or like did she ask you for money and you were like, what do you need it for? Or you just blindly gave her money?
I think I just blindly gave it.
Why? Why did you blindly give your girlfriend money?
Because I knew the stock she came from already. Like I knew it wasn't something fraudulent. You kind of follow me? Like it wasn't like.
No, that's why I asked, because really it's both in the name of love and trust, but it's clearly different from the documentary than this.
No. And I think like our situation, you know, it was built on years and just you know what I mean. Once we got real serious, then if she ever asked me for nothing, I never questioned it. It was just like, all right, but here you go. This is what you need. Da, da, da. But it was never. I don't think it was ever a crazy amount to the point where I was just like, yo, what's going on?
And
like,
I was gonna say, like, today, like again, like it's like again, y'all are married now, right? So you have a very hierarchical relationship, like one of the most highest relationships of your life. Say she asks, "Hey, hun, I need $5,000."
Okay, we're gonna get it. I'm gonna find a way to get it for you.
Okay.
Why would I question it? We have the same bank account. Everything we have is together. So if you need $5,000, if it's for whatever you need it for, I'm gonna find a way to get it for you. That's not even a problem.
Got you. Interesting.
Yeah, that's not even a problem.
So Jay, let me ask you, or Smoov, let me ask you. So you and your lady have been together 3 years. 3 years.
Yep.
Yeah, 3 years. There we go. I'm like, it's not my relationship, but God bless you. 3 years, right? Right. So you're in a committed, exclusive relationship, right? You're still dating, right? You're technically not married, but you know, praying always goes well to one of those goals, right? However, when it comes to y'all's views of money and like asking each other for money, did you ever find that you like eyebrow raised her when she ever asked you for money, or have you ever had that conversation, or was it like you gonna go Dutch on everything? Or go ahead.
Talia is not
say it. She wants to sister, don't worry. It's fine.
She is not spending money on anything. And she is not worried. She is not worried about asking anybody for money.
You ain't lying.
She's not worried about spending her own money.
That's correct.
So I don't like. I never really had that problem. Now when we go out, I would get on her sometimes because I'm like, yo, we're not going half. I got this. Like,
right.
Let me do what I do.
That's my guy. That's my guy right there.
You don't always have to. Like,
that's my guy.
But it's facts. Like she trying to like let's say we're saving money. Like, babe, no, it's cool. No, it's all good.
You're impersonating my sister.
But you know.
I know it. I know it. Listen. I love my sister. I know you listening, and I love you so much for listening. Let me tell you something. The first time she got her hands on the Dave Ramsey book, you can't.
It's a wrap. Yo, Dave Ramsey is everything.
Dave Ramsey and Auntie Susan Orman. You can't tell. What are we going out for? I'm sorry. What was the money for? And this is why she could have got swindled, because you need $30,000. Dang, that's crazy. That'd be her response. That's crazy. On one side, to my dang, that's crazy. That would be her response, because that's just how it is. I remember, I think the first time, I'm trying to think, have I really ever asked my sister for some money? No, you know what? Actually, no. She covered me, and I was like, "Oh, okay." And at this time, we was living by the grace of God. You feel me? So, anyways, I was like, "Oh, I get paid Thursday, so I got you." Whatever. She was like, "Okay, I got you." Thursday, like morning, she was like, "Hey, what's good?" And that wasn't how you do it. But it was like, when the payback coming? And it's not because she goes tit for tat with me. Like we have a great relationship, but she's just so money conscientious, right? That she don't have time. She knows. So that's what I'm saying. Like when it comes to a woman doing it versus a man doing it, I don't think there's no difference. But I think that the emotional manipulation in this entire documentary is what's so interesting. Because like for me, if you ask me for money, I would pray that we have a good relationship beforehand, just because and this is my thing too with asking people what the money's for. I'm not asking because I'm being invasive, right? It's more than likely to support you in a positive manner. But the fact that she didn't ask him at all is what's interesting to me. And I think that's the part of accessibility. I think that, look, I think this is the Black people thing, but we'd be like, what you need the money for? Like, we don't, we what you need it for? Just to see where your priorities are at. And this, I think we were talking about this earlier. How you spend your time and what you spend your money on are a large reflection of your priorities or whatever, right? So for me, if you ask me for money, it's like, where are your priorities? And normally folks will tell you what they need the money for. Like, I had a conversation with my best friend, right? We're ace boom coons. Like I'm just like y'all two. We're just like y'all two. You need money, I'd probably not blink twice and give it to her. Like I wouldn't. At the same time, me and my best friend have a great relationship to where I already know what she needs the money for before she asks me for it. And really and truly, I probably offered it to her, like to be supportive or whatever. So if she's asking me for $5,000, it's because she want to build her center for kids. So it's like I don't blink twice. Like I'd love to be an angel investor for that or whatever. Or if she's asking me for $100, whatever, it's probably, I don't know, bill, whatever. But because we've had that relationship, I have no tips about the trust. But we're also super open. So when it comes to people when they're not open about that type of stuff, but they want to emotionally manipulate you in the name of love to get what they want, I think that is what's mind-boggling about the whole documentary. Like I was like to his relationship girlfriend and the friend, like the second girl, like they weren't even doing nothing. They were genuine, like platonic friends. And she was like, sure, friend, you can have $50,000. And I'm like, what friend do you know was getting $50,000?
And then hold on, Indi, and I think the first woman, I think women in general get enamored with that lifestyle, right? So that lifestyle he was living, to her, she's like,
let's talk about that.
I was like, oh, well, to her, she's like, oh, I'm just giving him $30,000-$40,000. He's a millionaire. He's a king, this and that and the third. I'm gonna get the money back, you know, because that lifestyle he's portraying, women like that type of stuff, right? The private jet.
Do we?
So let me ask you a question, right?
Go ahead.
I'm not gonna say all women right here. I'm not gonna speak in generalities. I'm just saying, right? From what I've noticed, right? Personal experience, I think women are attracted. Some women are attracted by that materialistic aspect of it, right? Okay. So if a man approached you and he had a Lamborghini, right?
Okay.
He had a $30,000 Rolex on, you know, like he looked like he got money, right? And he came and talked to you, blah blah blah, whatever. To you, right? Because I don't think you're a materialistic person, right? I can already tell by that, right? Those things don't impress you, right? I think the conversation into intellectualism of that person is going to impress you, right? What they say and how they do things.
Absolutely.
So I think in general, like if that person came up to you, right, and you talked to him and you gauged them or whatever the case, would those things impress you, or would they be something where you're kind of like, oh, he has a Lambo. Oh, he has a $40,000 watch on. Oh, he flies private all the time. Would that kind of be in the back of your mind, like, no, he got some money. Maybe I should, you know, talk to him and see where it kind of goes.
Okay, so it's two-part. Okay, so I will partially agree with you because I'll partially agree with you because it's eye-catching, right? Like the 30,000 Rollie. Like, first of all, my watch is from Kohl's and I wear this mug proudly. this mug is
ain't no wrong with the Kohl's watch now.
You know what I'm saying? It's the Coley. It's not the Rollie, it's the Coley. But I'm saying it's an eye catcher, right? It's an eye catcher. It's like, okay, he got the Rollie, he got the Benzo, he got the, you know what I'm saying? He got the Gucci shirt on, whatever. I think those things are enticing, right? But for me, I'm like, okay, what's past the Rollie? Like, what's past the Rollie? Like, and then also me, I don't pocket watch. I don't pocket watch, I watch pockets. So for me, I don't know why you can't have a Coley on, because the Rollie, which is 30, you could have invested that and did something else. So I also question that too. Or if you like me, you got the rollie at a discount for the Coley.
Right.
So I don't know, like, again, it's enticing. And I think it's great that like you're financially well off, like you're wealthy, whatever. But at the same time, for me, that lifestyle, I always worry about like the durability and like long lastingness of that. And I think that's what actually makes me nervous, right? Like, I think that's why I think like living like middle class is decent for me, because it's the fact that this man said he had a lot of enemies. I don't want to be with nobody that got that many enemies, first of all.
Yeah,
Second of all, and this is the thing too, I actually don't believe in flaunting wealth either. Like that's my thing about it. But like you pointed out, like, oh, he got the Lambo, he has visible signs of wealth. But for me, I'm fine if you have a Toyota Camry and you have $300,000 in the bank, because to me, I think that we societally speaking are attracted to that. But watch this. I think that we're also attracted to depreciating things. The Lambo is a Lambo, but as soon as you drove the Lambo off the lot, it depreciated value. The Rollie is Rollie, but eventually it's gonna be the same cost as the Coley. So for me, like,
you bust it down.
So for me, like,
bust it down is worthless.
Like it's but like that doesn't really entice me, because I wear the investment homes, because that's where the money should be going to. Where's the college fund for the kid? Where's the for your future? You know what I'm saying? So for me, like, I get that she was enticed by this, right? But also my anxiety and my watching movies is too high. So for the first time he said, "Let me wine and dine you on this private jet," I said, "Oh, I'm gonna die. I'm getting cut up today." Because no, that was another part of the doc. I want to say, as women, fast, I'm gonna speak to the ladies. Okay. My group of friends, let me tell you, I got about 3, 4, 5 strong friends. Okay, we got a nice little group chat going, right? If I would have said I'm about to get on a private jet, my friends, they would have said, "Where are our tickets at?" And not because they mooch, but because they would be worried about my safety.
Exactly.
So that was my thing with you guys getting on a private jet. Some girl was like, "Wow, send me a photo," and the other girl was like, I think it was one girl out of her group of friends that's like, "That sounds scary," but the other ones were like, "Yes, girl, you go get it." No, my friends would have been like, "Where are our tickets at? Are you going to Greece? We going to? I already got my passport. Let's go." But it's because of safety. So again, like with that lifestyle, to answer your question, M, it is enticing, but for me, I always have to see what's past that, because I could love a man with no money in theory, right? Like, no money. I would be fine with that. But for me, it's also where you spend your time and your resources and your money. So like that's great to have a Lambo, but for me, you could have got a Nissan Altima and it would have done the same thing, got you from point A to point B. So I don't know. But let me ask y'all this: have y'all ever come across a woman who's doing her thug thizzle, and you see it, and she's ever tried to entice? We're gonna say you, like somebody in your friend group or something like that, and y'all like, "Dang, she got money," or "Look at her, she in the benzo," or whatever. Have you ever seen a powerful woman like that? Not even powerful. I'm just gonna say a wealthy woman. Well, I guess with power.
No, I don't think I've ever seen a woman like that, or heard of like my friends being swindled out of money from those type of women. I've never seen that. I don't know. Smoov might have some military guys or something like that he knows. No,
I say because I think the perception is different. I ask because I think the perception is different, right? So I'm a woman, right? If I see a guy doing his thing, it's supposed to be really great and like he can get anything he wants. But say I was a woman, or say it was a woman in this powerful position, she probably could not pull a man like that off of nice things alone. She probably couldn't, unless you're, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's like the Titanic fallacy. Like, the rich girl, poor guy, they get together. And I think that's I don't think that's really realistic. And
I think me personally, like, if I seen a woman, like if I wasn't married or whatever, I gotta say all this stuff if I wasn't married, because I know my wife is listening. I love you, baby. But like if I wasn't married or anything like that, and a woman came across and she had a Benz, or she was very expensive, or she had all this stuff, that's great. You got all these things, but like, okay, that's your stuff that you're doing. But what about like if it's not helping me or assisting me, if you're not gonna help me or assist me to get to greater lengths in my life, and it really doesn't mean anything to me that you have all those things. That's kind of just like, it's great, it's nice, but it's like, okay, cool.
Is that
like,
true that y'all think like that?
Like, no, I think it also depends on how you grew up too.
Yeah, that's true.
We grew up around nice things, so
it's not gonna mean like I'm gonna look at that Mercedes and be like, that's about $500 a month in maintenance.
Yeah, facts. I don't want that.
Yeah, I don't want that. Like, it's so stupid. So to me, it's not. I don't really look at it as something of. I could care less about that, to be honest.
Yeah. Do you think it's the same for you?
Unless it was a woman that was like we came in together. She got her money. She was doing great things, and then she aided me with her knowledge to create my own business and do these things. Then I love you for that. But if none of those things kind of happen, it's kind of pointless.
What about you, Smoov? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I really just think it depends on how you grew up and what you're around.
Mhm.
Like I said, like me and Matt, we grew up in a nice neighborhood, right? We've seen some pretty wealthy people, right?
Yeah.
Real materialistic type stuff. So for us, it's like, all right, cool. If you see a woman like that, then it's like, oh, all right, cool. She probably live around the way or something.
Yeah.
But if anything, it's all right. That's it. It's other things. It's other things.
I shouldn't know. Like, that's your relative normal.
Yeah. It's other things to that. It's the other side to the money. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And I think that's my biggest thing, because I've seen secondhand. I'm say it like this. I've seen secondhand where you look like you really doing something, but you don't have dollars in the bank account, but you look like you can dress nice and do all these other things. But where are your assets? Where are the assets though? They're
called a scammer.
Things. Where are they at? So I think that's my biggest thing too. Like, when it comes to, I guess, being fugazied, if you will, by somebody like that, I don't think that would happen for me, only because, or any of the girls that I know, like in my circle, because we be like side-eyeing too much. Not because we be like, we don't side-eye your money, but we're side-eyeing like, how did you get this money and what industry you're in and things like that. So when he's telling her like, I'm the son of a diamond millionaire, but you can't access your credit card, like, I don't, like, to me, 1 + 1 wasn't 2, it was 3, and it was too much.
Those women, and I want to be, but can those women be called stupid for falling in?
No,
they can't be called stupid for that.
No, because when you love somebody, sometimes you're irrational.
Very.
But hold on. What about the friend?
I'm about to say, I know I'm guilty of that.
What about the friend though? The friend, she was just a friend of his. Can she be called stupid? Because I don't think there was any love in there. I think she loved him as a friend, but it was not to the point of
love.
How do you know somebody for 2 months and you love them to the point of that?
Bro, she could have been by herself, like super depressed, and then she finally meets a friend that she's super attached.
But she wasn't though. That's the thing. Like in the documentary, she was a girl. She had her own money. She did all these things. She traveled. She did all these beautiful things. Like, she wasn't that type of person.
However, I think that is a reflection of the power of relationship, no matter what type of relationship. Like, again, we'll use you and your wife. Your life has significantly changed, right? Because of the relationship you have with your wife, right? Yeah. So imagine that same dynamic or that same mindset for a friendship or for a partnership in business. Like, all these things in that we are in relationship to can also affect our lives. Like, I just recently I had a person in my life or whatever, and they weren't romantic, but they still make a big difference in my life. I say this to my best friend all the time. Like, people legitimately, we laugh and joke, and people legitimately think that we're like gay because we're so close, right? But I'll tell you offline what they be saying to us. But anyways, but we're so close, right? That relationship has changed my life in a lot of different ways. But that is my friend. Like, she's my sister, she's my friend, right? But then, like, my future guy, like, he's gonna change my life in other ways. So I think that the power of relationship is something that is understated at times. Because, like you said, she was doing just fine. She was Mary J. Blige just fine. But she also met a person whom she deeply cared for in a friendship, platonic way, and loved for, and would do anything for. And that was why she behaved in the way she behaved, which is why I'm saying, like, love will make you be, sometimes irrational, sometimes a little off, but you're doing these in the name of love because you believe in the power of that relationship. And I think that's a big thing with this documentary too. Like, when you believe something more than you believe something else, that's what will overshadow. You know what I mean?
No, I get it.
So, but that's the crazy thing. But okay, last question for this. Do you think that culture made a difference in this documentary? because this is all in Europe. However, he's Israeli, and then he like was flying all over like Greece and Spain and all those other places. And then she was from not Ireland. Where was she from? She was from
Amsterdam.
Thank you.
Thank
you. Yeah, but scams also happen in America. So do you think there were any cultural differences that you think like Americans would have noticed versus like Europeans? Because can you get a loan that fast in America? Can you get $30,000 that fast in America? You probably can.
If you do it, if you do a loan on your title, like of your car or something like that, you can get that.
There we go.
There's quick ways to get cash that are not the best ways to get cash, but I think it definitely was a cultural difference because you know what I mean. Like we spoke before. I think if it was a black person or a person of color, I don't think these scams would have lasted longer than.
There were like no black people in the documentary.
I think people would have questioned him. Like you said, if that was your boo thing for 2 months and he asked you for $30,000 and he said he had enemies, you're like, oh, okay, you got enemies? I don't. Bye. Like it's
I knew.
Yeah, like you know what I mean. Like,
but why are we not? And I'm I love everybody. Everybody get along. Right. I don't like what do we have enemies for? I don't know what I mean. Know what that
means. Or if somebody tells you they're the prince of a person that's king of diamonds and you don't do any research to find that doesn't make any sense. And
here's the thing too, the diamond industry apparently is very dangerous, allegedly. I don't even know. Yeah. But again, like I would do my own research on that. Like I don't know. But also again, I'm anxious when it comes to meeting anybody. I'm not gonna say meeting anybody new. I'm just gonna say when it comes to letting somebody close in on your life like that, you would think that you would want to vet them, right? But I don't know. But again, like I'm nervous. I'm nervous in general. So like
and I think and it's my last point, I'll let Smoov. And I think with the women in America, I think they do a better job with. They have friends, they get together. If they have a guy they like, they're like, okay, let's Google him. And then they Google him and you look for certain things that, you know, whether it's his Tinder profile, Instagram, Facebook, whatever, you find things that kind of coincide with this story or don't. And then you tell your friend, like, oh, girl, that Prince of Diamonds and all that stuff, that's fake. He don't do none of that. He don't got no money, all this and the third. So you have friends that kind of help you out. I think in Europe, it's a little bit different. Like they had people that were just like, oh yeah, go on that private jet, girl, go have fun, go have a ball, and like nobody questioned anything. They didn't question anything. So I think it's a little different. Americans are more aware of that type of stuff.
Right.
Yeah, I wonder if they don't question it because what if those things are common in their society? Like it's people in their family that actually really just begin flowing out to do things like that. It could be. I don't know. I mean, it
is it a possibility or a probability?
It could be a possibility.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's a possibility because we don't know the economic, you know.
Oh yeah, economic classes and stuff.
Yeah. So, but I don't know.
Because I was on was it TikTok the other day, and they were talking about like real truths that we don't want to recognize or whatever. And this girl was like, "You date in your socioeconomic class. The Cinderella story is not real. Like it's a woman.
That's fact.
It's a woman you're gonna get somebody that's rich or whatever, or like that you're gonna marry up. So, because the point is, she was like, ladies, stop waiting for Prince Charming with $1 million to come in. You're gonna date. If you're middle class, you're gonna date middle class. If you're upper class, you're gonna date upper class. If you're lower class, you're gonna date lower class. But she was making the point that statistically speaking, because you are more likely to be around those people, that that's your probability for partnerships, romantic relationships, and friendships and things like that. And I thought that was interesting too.
It is interesting.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Well, thank y'all so much for this great conversation. Like I said, I saw the documentary and I was like, I know 2 people I can talk with this about. And I actually wanted the male's perspective too. So it's great to hear what y'all think, because I don't think y'all can get swindled by a girl, like if y'all were single or whatever. But also the women that you to live your lives are very grounded in who they are, right? So like you already have set yourself up to then find your partners, and you've already found your partners, right? That you would not be in this situation. But it's interesting that people are still in that they're still in these situations and they're like dumbfounded when stuff like this happens. But I don't know, it's just, it's so interesting. But I think the power of relationships, the power of quote unquote love, and I think the idea of love is really what swindles people to do these types of things. And then when you bring money into it and trust and all these other things, it's like a can of worms. And clearly this documentary was and
just a point in that in that documentary, there was one part that was funny as hell to me. He would wear all these designer watches, right? And the girl was asking him for her money back, and he was like, "Oh, baby, please, this watch I have on is $100,000. I'll give you one of my watches to sell." Literally, he gave it a box of watches, all of them fake.
Hey,
Every single one of them fake.
you didn't pull the T-Pain. I watched the T-Pain interview. He said all my jewelry is fake, and I was like, T-Pain, you're so smart for that. Like,
Nah, that's
the smartest thing. Which another reason that goes back to your thing. Like, if I see you with 30,000 rollie, I'm like, why is it not fake? Like,
yeah.
You know, but I don't mind fake jewelry. Like, I'm not fake jewelry. I like, I guess what you call it, 14 karat grade or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever I can get in sales for a good price, I'm good, because it's not going to turn. It's not going to turn. But yes,
I ain't even gonna wear it. That's it. I'm good. Don't give me no jewelry. I don't even want to show that I have money.
Are your ears pierced? Are your ears even pierced?
No.
So you ain't gonna. And when I see you in Jamaica, you ain't gonna have no jewelry on.
Nope.
We good.
I'll get my ears pierced again. Cause I used to have little diamonds.
Is that a Delaware thing?
Mm-hmm.
Is getting your ears pierced? Sure. Is that like what? Did y'all think it was like? Did y'all put stigmas? Let me say it like that. Did y'all put stigmas on getting your ears pierced or not when y'all were guys? I mean, when y'all were kids.
I think my parents might have.
Yeah.
But all in all, we still grew up seeing cats with it. So it. Yeah. But I just never wanted, I never wanted piercings. Period. Mm-hmm. And just one my thing. I don't like jewelry. I don't wear a lot of accessories. But tats, on the other hand, I knew when I was a kid I was gonna get a tat. Yeah, I knew that. Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have like a half a sleeve on both arms, and I got some on my chest.
Do you have tattoos?
No, I want to get one though, but I'm scared.
No, don't be scared. It's not that bad.
I'm scared of the needle. I'm scared of the needle.
It ain't that bad.
No, it's not bad.
Yeah, I've been telling everybody we need to get a bad news gentleman tattoo. I just want somebody to design it. I'll get it on my body, but ain't nobody do nothing yet. So once I get that design, I'm gonna do it.
Oh, I love it. I've been wanting to get another tattoo, but I don't know. Well, I do know where. I want it behind my ear, but I don't know. We'll see. But
yeah, okay.
Yeah, I want a butterfly behind my ears. I want a series of 3 butterflies behind my ears. But I want it to stop at a certain point because I don't like neck tattoos on me, but I like neck tattoos on other people. It's weird.
That is weird.
I know. There are specific tattoos. There are specific tattoos that I only like on other, like either I guess cisgendered sex or that. Like chest tattoos, I think it's great on guys. I don't like it on women, but that's because I think that the bosom is like beautiful and it's like, no, don't do nothing to it. Yeah. So I don't know. It's weird, but I've also seen some really, really cool chest tattoos like on women. And I'm like, that's super cool. I mean, I'm not going to do it, but God bless you. So yeah. I don't know. It just depends. And then like neck tattoos, I love neck tattoos on like guys or whatever, but like, I'm not getting a neck tattoo. Like, you know, but again, God bless you. Everybody has their own choice. So
yeah, I don't think I can get that. Get kicked out my house. I'm coming here with a tattoo above my eyebrow.
Face tattoos are no.
Yeah, don't do that. What do you want with you?
I am. It's gonna say Smoov Da Blaq Kennedy.
not eyebrow.
It's gonna go just like
eyebrow. I hate face tattoos.
I would never.
Man, face tattoos are the worst thing.
They're the dumbest thing, man.
And people are doing it. Like people are really getting face tattoos. I'm like, no, like my my sister dated a guy with a face tattoo, and I was like, I need you to look at his decision-making skills because I don't know if they're long-term or not. I don't know. Yeah. Like, no, he just, and I was like, okay, there you go, making excuses. Never mind.
And a lot of tattoo artists, they hate doing face tattoos because they
I believe it.
They think that's the worst thing you can do to yourself is get a tattoo on your face.
I believe it.
Unless I'm rich and well off. Like if I'm Lil Wayne or somebody, then cool. You have money for days, so whatever. Just that's what he live and die by.
Brother,
he all about music.
I'm
good.
If you are not of the Polynesian, Hawaiian, or Southeast Asian culture, that does not belong. Because I love it.
Yep, that's right.
I think Polynesian people have a beautiful culture. I think Hawaiian people have beautiful. All that's where it came from. Let them have it. Stop trying to.
No.
Stop.
Their tribal tattoos are crazy.
I was gonna say, would y'all get the tats that they do out there? I forgot what it's called. Rihanna got one on her hand, and it's like they take they do something where it's like they hammer the ink. into your skin. That joint look crazy.
No, I'm too chicken for that. I could barely even take. I mean, I took the needle, but here in America, but no. But again, that's like to them. But to them, that's a rite of passage. It's a cultural thing.
Yeah.
Like, so again, I can respect that. But I feel like we just be my baby. Like, no, like.
Shoot, and even shout out to the Japanese too, the people that get them those beautiful Yakuza tattoos. Those are crazy.
Yeah, they are.
Dragons, them tigers on their back. Them just crazy.
See, again, I love all the culture aspect of it. Yeah. But I guess I don't know if it's cultural appropriation or not. But yeah, when we take it out of context, I think it bothers me more.
Yeah,
more, and it's more of just like a play on the culture when it's like just do the culture or don't, or respect the culture or don't, rather. But I don't know. That's just, but yeah, face tattoos. But again, like the person I saw at this time, it was like a roach, or it looked like a roach on his face, and I was like,
ew.
I'll tell y'all.
Make better decisions.
I mean, you know. But what I say, your time and your money, that's a reflection of your priorities. That's the lesson of the day. That is today's episode's lesson is your time and your resources, not even money, your resources are a direct reflection, if not almost a direct reflection of your priorities. Like, you cannot convince me otherwise of that. Like, I'm highly convinced of it. Like, even in my own self-reflection, self-awareness, I'm always like, okay, India, where are you spending your time? What are you spending your resources on? This is what you are prioritizing right now. And then I adjust it accordingly. So with that being said, thank y'all so much for joining me for another episode. Let everybody know one more time where you can find you on socials. I want individuals this time because I do have the podcast information.
All right, well, yeah. So once again, this is Smoov Da Blaq Kennedy. India, thank you so much for inviting me and Dot onto your platform. This has been cool. This is the first time I've been a guest on a podcast, so it's different being on the other side, but it's cool though. But no, y'all can follow our page, our podcast page at Step Into the Light, Step Up to the Mic. The 2 is with the actual numerical number 2. You can follow me at J_._signature. Yeah, I be chilling, man. So yeah, holla at us.
Yeah, so it's your boy M. Dot. My personal page is M. DOTLEM 18. It's your boy M. Dot. And our podcast page is Step Into the Light, Step to the Mic podcast. Definitely follow us. And then if you go on our individual pages, you'll see the link tree. We'll have all our other platforms as well where you can catch our podcast, and then check out our pages. We have little tidbits and little videos of our podcast as well. You know what I mean? So check us out.
IGTV. Go through and scroll.
Yep.
Thank y'all so much for joining me, and I will see y'all on another episode of the As Told by Indi podcast. Later.
Peace.